Okay, let's be real. Have you ever felt like you are doing everything right? You're hitting the gym, you're tracking your food, but your body just isn't getting the memo? It is seriously one of the most frustrating feelings in the world. And if you've been there, you're not crazy. It's not because you're lazy or not trying hard enough.
I mean, just let that sink in for a second. The most burned out, stressed to the max people we know, they're almost never the leanest. This one idea completely flips the script on everything we've been taught about weight loss, and it basically tells us that just working harder is not the answer.
So let's get right into it. Why doesn't this super simple advice work for so many of us? Well, here's the secret. Your body is not a calculator. It's a super sophisticated survival machine that's been fine-tuned over millions of years. And once you understand its priorities, that's when everything starts to make sense. Right. So, your body's number one job isn't to get you a six-pack for summer. Nope. Its number one non-negotiable job is to keep you alive. And when it senses any kind of danger or scarcity, it will do whatever it takes to protect its resources. That totally changes the entire fat loss game. This right here perfectly shows the massive disconnect between our logic and our biology. We think, okay, simple math, more workouts plus less food equals more fat loss. Makes sense, right? But what our body actually sees is a threat. It thinks there's a famine happening and we're constantly having to run from something. So what does it do? It smashes the panic button and goes into full-blown survival mode. And this survival mode has a fancy scientific name, adaptive thermogenesis. But honestly, just think of it like your phone switching to low power mode when the battery hits 10%. Your body does the exact same thing. It smartly dials down your metabolism to save every bit of energy because it thinks you're starving. Your body isn't broken. It's just being incredibly good at its job. And if you remember one thing from this, let it be this. Your body does not reward punishment. It rewards a sense of safety. Every time you push way too hard and restrict way too much, you're basically screaming danger at your biology. The whole game changes when you stop fighting your body and start signaling that everything is safe, consistent, and that there's plenty to go around. So, what's actually pulling the strings behind the scenes for this whole survival response? Well, there's one major player we need to talk about. It's a hormone that gets a really, really bad rap: cortisol. We always hear it called the stress hormone, but that's not totally accurate. It's much more helpful to think of it as the survival hormone. Its job is to get you energized and alert when there's a threat. The problem isn't cortisol itself. The problem is when our modern life makes the threat feel like it's on 24/7, and that cortisol switch gets stuck in the on position. And these are the threats that keep our bodies stuck in that survival mode. It's not a saber-toothed tiger anymore. Now, it's a terrible night's sleep, skipping meals, smashing a brutal hit class when you're already exhausted, stressing about a work deadline, and then doom scrolling on your phone all night. Every single one of these things keeps that cortisol faucet running. So if the problem is a body that feels constantly under attack, the solution isn't to attack it more, right? The solution is to learn how to send powerful signals of safety. And fair warning, these signals might feel completely counterintuitive at first. Quick check-in, does this sound familiar to you? You are physically exhausted, but your mind is just racing and you absolutely cannot shut it off to go to sleep. Yeah, that is a classic sign of your survival system being stuck in overdrive. And how about this one? You get that intense, almost uncontrollable craving for something salty and fatty around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. That is not just some random snack attack. That's often your body literally screaming for the raw materials it needs to handle all that stress. Okay, let's get one thing straight. These feelings are not signs of weakness. They are not moral failings. They are biological signals. It is your body's way of communicating that it's in protection mode and it needs your help. So how do we send these all-important safety signals? Number 1, prioritize sleep. It's the non-negotiable reset button for your hormones. Seriously. Number 2, eat enough protein. This tells your body, hey, resources are abundant, there's no famine here. 3, use resistance training to build muscle, which actually boosts your metabolism, instead of just punishing yourself with endless cardio. And finally, you have to actively manage your stress. This means scheduling real downtime, not just crashing on the couch at the end of the day. These are direct messages to your biology. Look, understanding your stress response is a massive piece of the puzzle, but it's not the whole story. So let's do a super quick look at what else we break down in our full Biology of Fat Loss series. First up, we're diving deep into the surprising ways alcohol can slam the brakes on fat loss by totally overwhelming your liver. Then we get into the difference between the fat you can pinch and the way more dangerous hidden fat that's wrapped around your organs. You gotta know which one you're targeting. And finally, we unpack the secret driver behind stubborn fat, this nasty, vicious cycle of inflammation that can literally trap your body in fat storage mode. So the real question is this: are you ready to stop treating your body like it's your enemy and start learning its language? Because trust me, when you start working with your biology instead of against it, that's when everything changes. You can watch the entire series right now. We've got the full playlist linked for you right below. So go ahead, click on it, keep learning, and start sending your body the right signals today.